Honorable, India's luxury car market is on a roll, and of course, with a high number of sales and good amount of volumes turning out to be in the Indian markets, Mercedes-Benz has really captured the imagination of the Indian audience and, of course, the drivers. Today, I'm joined by somebody who's a very special guest, and believe you me, a very rare opportunity and a rare catch in terms of speaking to her. Thank you, Sagree, for joining us. She heads overseas business. Thank you for joining us. First question: tell us about the Indian market. Exciting times for you in the country as of now. You look after 118 countries as well. Uh, how's the Indian market poised for you as a company's professional?
Thanks. It's firstly great to be here, and even more so on the anniversary of Mercedes-Benz India. After 30 years of being in the market, we are really excited to see the progress of the Indian market. For us, we have seen double-digit growth, as you may be aware, in the market in India, and therefore we see India as a very strategically relevant market for the Mercedes-Benz brand. What is interesting is that we see the development of the luxury and top-end segment. We have also seen a double-digit growth when it comes to this particular segment. But what is growing in importance for the Indian customer is actually being able to curate the right luxury value proposition to ensure that we have ease, convenience, the right product offensive, and the right customer experience. And this is becoming essentially important for us as a brand. We want to bring desirability to the market, and we do so in the luxury product offensive that we bring in. But more important is the luxury customer experience, and this is what all our retailers are focused within the market to deliver.
Absolutely. Mercedes as a brand is all about luxury and aspirations and, the willingness to perform. I'd like to now ask you, the company has, as you know, announced investments of 200 crore rupees into the Indian markets, about 12 to 13, 11, 12 new models that are coming up in the 2024. Are there more plans to infuse more money? And if there is, in what all segment are you looking at to invest further in India?
Great question. When it comes to India itself, you quite rightfully mentioned our investment into the production facilities will ensure that we are focused on digitalization and manufacturing processes. But over and above this, we also have our R&D hub that is based in Bangalore with over 10,000 employees, and we continue to bring most of our R&D efforts into the market itself. When it comes to our business propositions, we will continue bringing in further models. We have 14 models being produced here locally for the Indian market, and we will observe where the opportunity exists to bring in even further models itself. We realize that the Indian market has great potential when it comes to the quality of talent. So we continue to explore and utilize opportunities for digitalization, being first markets to pilot. As you may be aware, India is also one of our markets where our retailers are franchise partners. And this is giving us great accessibility to the customer, to customer data. We really believe that it will take customer experience to the next level. We will continue to invest in India as an emerging market, and we see it as a very promising environment for Mercedes-Benz.
Of course, with the electric SUVs that you've got into the Indian market, the entire range of electric vehicles in India has been changing very constantly and very dynamically. I want to ask you your focus on the electrification of the brand in India, considering it's on a rising path and we have more, a demand for EVs coming up, and especially in the luxury segment as well. So tell me your plans there.
We have already introduced 3 battery electric vehicles into the Indian market. In 2024, we will introduce a further 3 models, of which the Mercedes EQS Maybach, which is the top of our pinnacle, will also be introduced. However, we believe that there are some fundamentals that we need to continue focusing on. Our contribution to the charging infrastructure in the country. At the moment, Mercedes-Benz has 100 AC chargers across the country, 36 DC chargers, and we believe that this adds value to our customers. We need to continue to increase consumer awareness on the benefits of driving electric vehicles. We have the total cost of ownership elements that we consider, the warranties that are offered on electric vehicle to give you peace of mind of driving an electric vehicle. However, we recognize that in the Indian market, that customers will transition and transform according to their own requirements. And we have to recognize that we have to transform at the pace of our customers. Therefore, we will always have an offering, both on an internal combustion engine, as well as across our range for the electric vehicle architecture.
Also, towards the end, I'd like to ask you that are there any policy level regulations or rules that you would like to convey to the Indian government? Because, as a foreign manufacturer and of course hugely invested into the Indian market, is there something that you would like to highlight at your end, considering the global proposition is into play? any recommendation at your level you'd like to highlight?
As a multinational corporation, we are quite encouraged to see what is actually happening in the Indian market and how the government is fostering the relevant policies, specifically when it comes to electrification. We would like to say continue with this to bolster the automotive industry. We are completely finding the lobbying and the networking with the government has been really good for us as Mercedes-Benz. They have been part of our journey in ensuring that the right investments are coming into the country. So I can only encourage that we continue with this automotive transformation on battery electric vehicles.
All right, well, the clear message is clear that, to women folks, and of course that the world is open for you, go and capture it. And of course, the Indian markets continue to be a top priority for Mercedes-Benz. Thank you, Sagree, for joining us. Pleasure always to speak to you. Thank you.